It's not about to have dinner with a noisy background. I'm here, so hopefully the internet will not cut out and I will be able to carry on and have more than 30 seconds, it turned out. It said that I'd done a minute, but it didn't process it properly, so it was only 30 seconds. So I haven't really done anything this week. I did a little bit of work and then mostly nothing, really. I was watching the Amber Heard thing, and then that finished, and now I'm just sort of left going, oh, well, that took up a lot of time, didn't it? And now that's other people's lives. But I got very invested in it. I got very invested in it indeed. And now I'm just like, so it was just like, it started about 2 o'clock UK time. So I would just like be like, wait it on. So it was not entertainment. I would not say in any way, shape or form it was entertainment, but it was very emotionally, it got me in. It got me very, yes. And I have opinions which I won't share. Maybe I will share them when the results come out. But I think I know whose side I'm on. And this is from somebody that used to be a big Johnny Depp fan. Big. I mean, I really love Pirate. I dressed up as Johnny Depp. I did lots of material about looking like Johnny Depp according to a face app thing. But beside the point, because no. No. You know, you hear things and you go, no. Anyway, so I've driven one person away by saying that, but I can't help it really, can I? I just found this. I was looking for my makeup. I didn't bring it to Leeds, so I didn't wear makeup in Leeds. I don't wear makeup generally, but I just found it. Look, my makeup. Ooh, my makeup palette, which is a bit manky, but I didn't realise you could open it like that as well. I've had it for years, and for some reason, I don't think I've opened it like I must have done at some point. That's just, you know, but I don't wear makeup generally. But I could wear makeup. Maybe I'll put some on now. I'll put on some blusher. I don't know how to contour. I mean, I really don't. I don't know what contouring is really. When it came out, I thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. It still looks like a joke to me. It's just, I don't know what to do with it. It doesn't look like I put anything on there now. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a makeup artist. I've got no clue what I'm doing. I don't know why you would put it on your forehead. Because what's that about? Anyway, is anybody here? Is there anybody here? I can't see anybody. Live chat. So, hello people. Hello, how are you? I hope you've had a nice week or so. Oh, there's another colour underneath this. But, what is this? Oh, this is like, oh, haha. I was like, have I used this before? But there's like a little bit of plastic on it. So clearly, if I did think that I was using it, I didn't, because there's a bit of plastic on it. Oh, which I can't get off without smudging it. So yeah, I've had a nothing week really. I came back from Leeds. I haven't uploaded a video of that, although I have uploaded videos. Whoops! I did 2 this week maybe. One about the walk that I did in the what colour is it? Does that make any difference? The one I did about the walk in the it's not a park, it's like a meadow, and one when I went to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I went to see that last week, so I didn't actually do that this week, although I edited it this week. I've been doing people's family trees this week, because a friend of mine, who I saw on Monday, I said, oh, I started doing your family tree a while ago. He's got married since then, and so it's like, it's a nice thing to know about. Maybe I'll do his wife's as well, and maybe I'll do that, and I carried on doing his family tree, and then I saw a friend yesterday and I said, oh, have you got any details about your family? I could do your family tree. So I've been doing that. Family trees for other people. All come also. I'm happy to do them for anyone, although I'm not finding out much information because I've only got a free account. But, you know, family trees, they're fun to do and fun to see, and everybody loves to do them and see them, even though, you know, your family is probably only interesting to your family. Although I did see Sue Perkins in Who Do You Think You Are this week, and that was quite an interesting family that she's got. Ow! Does that make any difference to my face? Now I just look silly, don't I? That's the thing with makeup, it just makes me look silly. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you want to tell whether you're subscribed, because somebody said that people are unsubscribing people from YouTube without their knowledge. They don't know that they've been unsubscribed, they just have been unsubscribed. And then, yeah, look at all the colours. It's like, this is good. I got this in a mall because there was somebody going, oh yeah, this whole pack of things, and there was this thing and the little mini thing and a big thing of brushes, which I can't, and I was like, oh well, you've done really good. And it's quite expensive really. There was like a bronzer and stuff as well. It's quite expensive for a package of makeup, but you know, it's me makeover essentials. But I think somebody semi-famous was selling it and pretending that they did it, so I think this is just left over from that. Oh no, look, I've broken, it's like a pointy thing now. I broke the, it's so old that oh no, look what happened. That is, the foam has broken. It's so old, and now there's just like a pointy stick, like a stabby stick. Don't want to do that. Oh no, man alive. So you don't want to do that. So is anybody here that is going to talk to me? No talking to me. Just going to watch me yabbering on and just, should I put lipstick on? I can't see what I'm doing really because I'm using the screen as a makeup mirror. So long since I put makeup on. I don't really know what I'm doing. I never did. I'm not really a makeup person. So yeah, is there eyeliner? Have I got eyeliner? Oh yeah, it just fell on the floor. Eyeliner fell on the floor. It's got a stubby bit and a lip liner. I think I probably need to sharpen that because it's all blunt. Yeah, used to despair at you for getting lost when out walking. Yeah, I get lost. Oh, did you? Yeah, it's difficult to find. The thing is, the Blue Lagoon near Llanhilleth, I think they've closed it off to people now. Well, when I went to see it, it was a little bit, I mean, you have to go in, there's two different ways to go in. And the one way, it's, if it's, look, all the foam's broken. This is so old and rubbish. It's just, oh no. How can everything break? Anyway, Llanhilleth, so I never got to see it properly, because if you come from the one way, there's like an old mining shaft and it's like, do keep away and whatever. And then from the other way, there's just very far away and you can't really cut through. And I didn't realise that there was no through way because there's two little bits of two valleys. So I did see some land for sale around there and I was very excited. I was like, oh, maybe I can buy that land for sale. But it was like 50,000, I didn't have it. There's no planning permission. And to be honest, it was just like a scrub land. They had trees and it was like old mining work. So I was afraid that maybe there'd be a mining shaft and I would fall down it if I went there and tried to build anything on it, and it would just fall into the mine and sink. And so that probably wouldn't be a good idea. Really, I spend all the money that I don't have on something that's absolutely no good at all. What? Right, that doesn't look nice at all. I look just stupid. And that's why I don't wear makeup. But there is more. There's not like browns. It's not like blues and reds and greens. It's just browny eyeshadow. I think I gave one to my mum that was little that had slightly different eyeshadow. I can't tell what I'm doing now. But I tried to do some eyeshadow once and my mum said, she just laughed like I was about 13. I was like, I look so amazing. She's like, you look like a drag queen. It's like, that's not an insult. I don't think it's an insult because drag queens are excellent at makeup. So she must have been saying I was excellent at makeup. She was very scathing, but back in the day that was an insult. It's not an insult. It's a compliment. Who wouldn't want to look like a drag queen? They look flipping fantastic. Flair. That's what I've just said. I can't shut it now. It's like, wow, 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 wow. Can't shut it now because all the things are gone. So I need to get more makeup stuff. If I want to put makeup on again, very nice log cabin with 2 bedrooms for about 20. Yeah. Look at that. Happy Sunday. No, the thing is with the log cabins, I was looking at those. You can get really good ones for about £6,000 or £7,000 even. And you can get like little, You could get like a glamping pod that's like 20 foot long or like 10 meters or whatever that is. I was going on about metric and I'm still saying 20. Anyways, big. It was fairly big, and long, and but the trouble is you need land to build them on. That's the trouble. You can get. And I saw a thing today. I'm very obsessed with watching videos about tiny houses and building your own houses and living off the land and doing stuff like that. But every single time people go, oh, I spent this much money on it, but I also had the land from my parents or something like that. You need the land. Somebody needs to give you the land, and it's really not easy to get planning permission. So the cheapest land I did see today, like a barn in near Merthyr, not in Merthyr, but somewhere like a little town somewhere near there. I can't remember where it was, but it's somewhere like that on the next valley along. There was an old stables and a piece of scrubland for £30,000, and then somewhere else there was a little sort of stone building and a tiny piece of land for like £26,000, but you have to do a lot with it. Now, one of the videos that I saw was you look to see how much I spend on my tiny house. It's like, oh, okay, well, it must be not very much then. But it was like, oh, he broke it down and he paid £50,000 for a house that was really just a sort of dilapidated house, and then he spent another like £110,000, something like that, £110,000 on renovating it and paying for everything and paying for it to be plumbed. So it cost him £157,000, and then he had it valued and it was worth £155,000 or £150,000. So something like that. Not as much as he'd spent on it really. And it was like, all right, that's a lot of money for if you're trying to save money, really. I mean, you can go to auction sites. It's like starting bid 20,000. You're like, all right, that needs a lot of work. But then you actually do the auction, and it goes up and up. I've seen these property like TV shows. I got approached by somebody about a TV show. I won't tell you the name of it, but it involves selling all your stuff, all your amazing stuff that you've built up over the years. And my mum wanted to go on it, but and I think a couple of times they contacted them, and it all fell through because my dad sort of backed out on it, very cooled on the idea. But then I did a Zoom call with the producer or the person that's casting for it, because I said, well, I'll do it with your mum, because my mum still wanted to do it, but my dad really wasn't keen. And then my mum backed out. So the producers came back to me after they did the Zoom call saying, we were very interested in you. Very interested in working with you. And I thought, oh, well, if my mum's not there, maybe they're going to offer me a presenting job and I can present the whole thing. That'll be good. And no, they phoned me up. They're like, we were interested in you still being on it even now. And it's like, well, that's not good because all the stuff is in my parents' house. And the whole problem is my parents are very much cooled on the idea and do not want people in their house anymore. They're like, no. So, and my dad's very, very much not wanting to do it. So it's all very well that I'm amazing and they want me to go on this reality TV show, but it's not practical and it's not my dream to go on reality TV. I present reality TV, no problem, but actually going on there, unless I'm helping somebody else, which was the idea, actually me being on there, I'm not so keen on. Really, but as I said, any presenting gigs coming up. Now, I mean, look, I've done journalism. I've edited Beanie Baby magazine and a Pokemon magazine and a TV and film listings magazine. Interviewed scads of people. Done Edinburgh shows. Done loads and loads of stuff. Been doing this for years. And things. I'm sure there's other things that I can't remember offhand. Stand-up comedy. Don't really do that much anymore, and performance poetry and stuff like that. For crying out loud, when is it going to be my turn to be famous? Famous the spur. Somebody ages ago was like, you don't actually want to be famous, do you? And I was like, yes, I do. They're like, well, but that's just superficial and shallow. It's like, I don't want to be famous for nothing. I don't want to be a celebrity. Celebrities are just famous for I don't want to just be on the TV for no reason. I want to be on the TV for a good reason. For celebrated for being good at stuff, or helping people to do stuff, or showing people to do stuff, or acting at being stuff. You know, being a person, acting or presenting. Yes, I do that. I mean, I wouldn't like to say it might very possibly be, but we will not go there. Anyway, it's so it's like, no, it's not going to happen, because as compelling as I appear to be, I don't get on. I'd rather do something that I'm going to be rewarded for. I mean, I know you sell all your stuff with Cash in the Attic, but no, that's not what the program was. Well, I'm definitely not going on it now that I didn't sign an NDA, but you know, it's famous. That's not that sort of famous. I mean, like yeah, there's famous and there's famous. I, many years ago, had a dream. This is a real dream that I had. I used to have a big crush on Johnny Depp, and when he, this is a very long time ago, when he started going out with Kate Moss or Vanessa Paradis or somebody, Vanessa Paradis it probably was, I want good famous, exactly. I had a dream. I was like, oh no, that's a shame. I'll never be with Johnny Depp. Thank God. And what a relief that it is that never happened. But no, I had this dream that and there was like a room full of famous people and notable people and the cream of society. Johnny Depp was there with whoever it was he was with at the time, and I can't remember what point this dream was. And he said, come here. And I'm like, what, Johnny Depp? And he's like, oh, look at all these people. Look at these people that are very notable and special. And you belong here too. And I'm like, I do, Johnny Depp. Thank you very much for saying so. Thank you. And I felt validated by Dream Johnny Depp. Dream Johnny Depp is probably very much better than realistic Johnny Depp, I would say, in retrospect. But we didn't know that at the time, did we? So, why have I got one sock on? I've just realised I've got a sock on this foot and no sock on the... When did that happen? I don't know. I can't be let alone, me. I did some gardening earlier, so I must have put the socks on to put my boots on over them, and I've just taken one off and forgotten the other. Mainly because I've got like the strap on my foot. I think that's probably it. Because my bunions are acting up. Oh, the glamour. Oh, the glamour. Sock bandits. It could be that, yeah, it could be sock bandits that have nicked my sock. But yeah, my foot hurts. And it's not, my ankle on this foot is better. It's a lot better. And now this other foot with a bunion that's come out of nowhere. It's not come out of nowhere. It's genetically because of my mother, but it's only on the one foot. She's got them on both foots, and she said, both feet, and she said she's never ever had any problems with them, even though they're ugly. No, I'm sorry, Mum, but really, bunions are not pleasant things to look at. They're like really strange. She said never had any pain, and so I got these straps to try and, because I'm in pain with it, and it's only just started acting up. I think I've had it coming for a while. It didn't used to be like that. And it's just like, ah ha 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 to my mum, ah ha, your bunions, ah, laughing on the other foot now, aren't I? Because now I've got one, but just on the one foot, which goes to go towards my theory that I might be more than one person. Because if I've only got it on one foot, then I've only genetically inherited it on that side, not this side. So this side is some other person. Can't help that, you know, and that's why I've got like one line instead of two lines on that. This side, apart from the fact that I hurt my ankle on it, this left side is probably the good side. And this side is the rubbish side. Or the other way around. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe I've got no bad side. Maybe I've got no good side. Maybe, I don't know, they're equally terrible. Or equally brilliant. Who knows? Anyway, I'm famous. I want to be famous. Ooh, I want to be good famous for doing stuff, for being valued for the things that you do. I do not like trolling and people being horrible to you online, but I get that anyway. So at least when you're famous, you sometimes have some sort of protection against it. I say that, but you know, stuff that's come up lately, that probably isn't true anymore. That you're not cushioned against the bad publicity and the people being absolutely horrible to your face and saying terrible, nasty things to you. But they do that anyway. So name dropping. I know I know Kate Smurthwaite, who also, she gets an awful lot of this, and a lot more, because she's more high profile than me. She goes on a lot of talk shows and opinion shows. So she gives her opinion, and people are very horrible to her. And she gets way more than me at the moment. But when I got with the height of the trolling was when I got one of the vegetable videos on the front page of the UK YouTube. They launched it, and they actually featured things, and it got on the front page, and that was the height of the trolling. That was coming at me from all directions, and people were really, really horrible to me, and it sort of lasted for a while after that. But fair enough, it's mostly died down now. I still get a little bit, but that was intense. But I can see that other people have it even worse than me. I mean, I know Kate was saying about how she got all these terrible threats, and I was like, oh, I got, and she's like, no, because hers are much worse than mine. But at the time, I mean, yes, they probably are now, and it's not really a badge of honor. It's terrible, really, that happens, that people are attacked, and yeah. But I'm not unaware of this, although I can see how much worse it can get, and she's case in point, and certain other celebrities that have been in the public eye lately, case in point, there's a lot of vitriol, that's a good word, vitriol and hate, and people want to have ownership of celebrities, and if they've got their favourite celebrity and the other celebrity is coming up against their favourite celebrity, then they're like, no, beat the other celebrity down, they're horrible, they're obviously evil, but my lovely person, even though they've done terrible things that are absolutely appalling and cannot be condoned in any way, no, but they're my special person. It's just very terrible. Gimme. Yes, gimme. It's a good sitcom, and I like Kathy Burke a lot. The other guy, as a person, not so great. As an actor, very good indeed. Yes, he's very, very good. But yes, he's turned out to have some interesting views that I would not share. There's a lot of people that have got interesting views that, fair play for having them, and tell people what your ideas are, but don't expect people to like it. Don't go, well, because they're my ideas and my opinions, you have to go, yes, I agree with you, and not say anything bad. Like, if you say terrible things, expect to be called up on it. If you say awful things about other people, expect other people to go, well, I don't think that's quite right. And don't go, well, it's my right to say it. So, well, yes, but be called out on it. And there's a lot of hypocrisy about, I don't know who's a hypocrite and who isn't a hypocrite. I wouldn't like to say. I couldn't possibly comment. But there's a lot of it going on, isn't there? But yeah, Gimme was very funny at the time. And there's probably a lot of things in retrospect that you go, oh, no. Oh, that's a bit much, that's a bit rich, you say, and things like that. But, it was funny at the time. And there's a lot of other sitcoms and TV shows that you watch and you go, oh, no. And there's some other ones that were like, they were fine at the time, and then you're like, oh, no, and then you're like, they're fine again. Yeah, everybody's gone on about the Ricky Gervais one. Now, I'm not going to watch it because I've heard things about Ricky Gervais, and in his personal, because name dropping again, I know somebody that knew him, and I've heard some stories that I'm not going to share that I heard, and I was like, oh, this doesn't sound very good. Anyway, bleh, but it's, he says the things, he's allowed to say the things, fair enough, but if people don't like the things, then he should just accept that people don't like him saying them, and that's fine. And I don't know what things he says, but I've heard that he says some things that aren't great. And I've heard he said some things that people aren't that amused about. But clearly somebody is, otherwise he wouldn't keep doing it. I don't know. I couldn't possibly comment, as I keep saying. Even though I'm commenting. I couldn't possibly comment on the things I'm commenting about. So basically, everything is awful at the moment, and there's an awful lot of very bad behaviour, and people getting away with it because they're so famous. I heard a story about, actually from Joan Plowright. Joan Plowright was asked about Laurence Olivier, who had an awful lot of affairs and treated her quite poorly. It did not sound like a good marriage. He was quite old at the time. She was quite young. She was a young actress. He got married an awful long time. He treated Vivian Leigh quite badly, apparently. He'd had affairs with all sorts of people, male and female, animal, vegetable and mineral, and he just got away with it and treated everybody really appallingly. Terrible. And Joan Plowright was asked about his appalling behaviour, and Joan Plowright said, yeah, yes, but you have to remember about Larry, he's a genius. He's a wonderful actor, he's a genius, and so geniuses are allowed to get away with this behaviour. And I thought, no, Joan Plowright, you shouldn't accept this just because he's a genius. He's not that good an actor, he wasn't all that. He's quite a stiff actor when you... He's quite a stiff person. He's not, his acting is, yes, he probably did. He probably did have one with, yeah, I'd agree with that. He probably did, because that's got a certain shape and anyway, no, so he don't let them get away with it just because you saw them in a film that you really liked, or they're very good at writing a book, or that poem that they wrote once was, oh, it was mind-boggling. It changed my life. It's like, no, well, it doesn't excuse them for the things that they do that are absolutely horrible, especially when they do terrible things to other people. They do terrible things in isolation. That's fine. Who cares? It's their problem. If they do terrible things that involve other people and other people are very much affected by it, then it doesn't matter how good looking and talented and amazing and charismatic they are. That's not a good thing to be condoning. And there's a lot of people that are condoning a lot of people at the moment because they're such big fans of them. They're so amazing. I'm sorry. I have seen a lot of Johnny Depp films. I like his earlier films. It's in the way that I like Woody Allen's earlier funnier films. I don't condone Woody Allen. I certainly wouldn't go, well, I quite like bananas and therefore I think you're a good person, Woody Allen. No. And Johnny Depp, I quite like Edward Scissorhands. What a good film. Therefore, you can get away with anything. No. Oh, yes, American Beauty. Very good. No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. And also, Laurence Olivier and Othello, no. No, 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 on many counts, no. And I wasn't aware that I'd seen anything with Amber Heard in it, but I'd sort of half seen, I've said this before, I half saw the Danish Girl, and I didn't much care for it. It was quite dull. And I read the story about what actually happened in the life of the characters, and I wasn't impressed with the film. And I stopped watching it halfway through, and I didn't know Amber Heard was in it at that time. But because I heard that she was in it, I thought, oh, that's something I've seen that she's in. She must have not appeared yet. And I carried on watching it. She said she appeared. She was in it for a second. And I was like, she must have been in it for more than that. So I rewound it and went, oh yes, I didn't remember. So, in terms of her acting, she's very pretty. I didn't remember her. So I'm not a fan of her work. So there's, that the fact that I am on her side, to be honest, because if you read that opinion piece, it's fair enough. It's freedom of speech in America, and there's nothing about that opinion piece that is in any way libelous. So what the hell is all this about? It makes no sense. Whatever else is on there, anybody that would sue over that piece is, and this is fair comment, which is protected speech, is a dick. A complete dick. That's the only person that would sue over an article like that was trying to do good in the world and try to help people not be attacked for telling people their story. If you read it, just go and read it. It's a good article and it's well written and it's not really mentioning anybody's names. It's fairly general. It's more about the wider problem of people speaking out and then being attacked for it, really. Macbeth. Yeah, it's Mel Gibson. Exactly. But Mel Gibson, I liked. He was in. Oh, there was a thing that he was in, like a Colleen McCulloch or something. Is that her name? An early thing. Tim. I liked him in Tim. That's a long time ago. Yeah, I think it was Piper Laurie was in it. Maybe, is that true? Yeah, Piper Laurie and Mel Gibson. In retrospect, it was a bad choice of role for him. It was good at the time, and that's another film that really, even though Mel Gibson himself has done awful things, it seemed like he'd done nice films, but then the actual film, thinking about the subject matter and what he was playing and how he was portrayed, maybe not so great in retrospect. Anyway, the point is, be nicer to each other, and also people are allowed to tell their story, for crying out loud. If you can't tell your own story, then what on earth? I just despair. I don't know what people are. I don't know what people are thinking anymore. It's just that. Anyway, now that I've got my wonderful makeover, and I expect loads of trolling. I do not want it. I expect it. I don't want it though. Don't troll me just for no reason or any reason. Just don't troll me. But I probably will get it, because I've noticed that anybody that speaks out for reason at the moment is getting very much online. It's just like, oh no, it's like, that is why a lot of people, I think, have not been defending reason, because they're like, oh, I don't want any of that. That seems like a lot of vitriol from a lot of people. I was going to say something quite horrible about the people of the same nation. They know who they are. They think that's the right thing to do. Woo. But yeah, don't be nasty to people is what I'm saying. And subscribe and comment nicely if you can. And I'm going to go now and have a little sit down and wipe this rubbish off my face, because apart from anything else, it's years old. It's probably full of bacteria and it's horrible. And now I'm going to probably have a horrible breakout. Don't do makeup, kids. It's not worth it. All right then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Be well to you.